For if you come across this crowd at the airport when you have to cross the security line and make it to your gate on time. Well, this was me at the Denver International Airport recently when I was flying to the East Coast, and this was the security line that I had to go through and trying to make it to my gate in less than 30 minutes. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Imran and this is SHAIKHOPEDIA. With the pandemic still not over, but the airport starting to look like this because people have gone back to their air travels. This was me at the Denver airport recently, trying to make it to my gate on time, but this is the security line that I had to go through. But hold on, this is not it. The security line is not the only place where you would be going through such a huge crowd. I had to go through a similar crowd, a similar process when I was checking in my bag, when I was taking the train from my security gate to my actual boarding gate. And there are a lot of people waiting in line even at the local cafes inside the airport. Traveling during these COVID days is not fun sometimes, but can also get scary too. Imagine standing in this long security line for more than an hour and then going through the same while boarding your trains and also while checking in your bags. It's not just the risk of being exposed to such a large crowd, but also the risk of not making it to your flight on time. But as the wise men said, for every problem there is a solution. And for this one, I got you too. Solution number 1. Go to the airport 4 hours early before your flight, stand in these long security lines, and make it to your gate on time. But make sure to carry enough snacks and drinks because you'll be spending a lot of time in these long security lines. Just kidding. So let's go to solution number 2, which is to bypass these lines in the most legal way. But how do we do that? Well, that's what I am here for. I will tell you what exactly can you do to bypass these lines in this video. And in the next video, I will explain how can you do that in a more detailed manner. How do we avoid these long security lines at the airport that would take most of your time, especially during these pandemic days? We can follow either or both of these 2 steps. Step number 1, register and get approved for TSA PreCheck or global entry, whatever is applicable based on your status and your passport. And step number 2, register and enroll for clear security passes. Both of these steps have their own advantages and disadvantages, so let's go through them one by one and then you can decide which step or which process suits your needs and can help you better. Let's first talk about TSA PreCheck in more detail or global entry in more detail. Imagine yourself going to the airport with a couple of hand carry bags and maybe with your kids too. These hand carry bags can also have your laptops, your iPads, or any other electronic devices, which you need to take out of your bag at the security checkpoint and then put them back into your bags once you cross the security checkpoint. But it's not just that. You also have to remove your jackets, your shoes, your watches, your belts, and a few more stuff. But if you have enrolled and qualified for TSA PreCheck, you would not have to do all of this. So this is your advantage number 1 of getting TSA PreCheck done. You do not have to go through any hassles of removing your jacket, your belts, your watches, even your laptops and your iPads from your bags. All you have to do is simply put those bags on the security checkpoint belt and let them go through the security checkpoint as is, which is saving you time. Advantage number 2 of getting TSA PreCheck is you don't have to go through these long security lines which the normal passengers have to go through. Instead, you would have your own dedicated TSA PreCheck line, which is only for TSA PreCheck approved members. These lines are usually and mostly shorter than the normal security lines. Thus, having TSA PreCheck helps you save time and also saves you from all those hassles. Now let's talk about clear security, where you don't have to show your IDs when you are going through the security checkpoint. Similar to TSA PreCheck, you will also have to enroll and get registered for clear security. But then the advantages of clear security are also pretty good. Advantage number 1 is, like TSA PreCheck, you will also have a dedicated line for the clear security passengers. These passengers have to go through a short and a quick line compared to the normal passengers going through the security checkpoint. And advantage number 2 is, you don't have to carry your IDs and show it at the security checkpoint. As the tagline of CLEARME says, you are your own ID. All you have to do is go through the clear security line. They will have the specific terminals where you can just scan your eyes or you can just scan your fingerprints. Not only that, once you complete the eye scanning or the finger scanning process, a dedicated clear security personnel will escort you right at the beginning of the security checkpoint conveyor belt, where you can place your bags, remove your laptops, but you have bypassed the entire standard security line. Hence, once again, you save a lot of time by not going through the standard security line. So we spoke about the advantages of having TSA PreCheck approved or having clear security. But what if you combine both? Yes, you can combine both and then have even a much faster process. What I mean by that is you can separately get enrolled and approved for TSA PreCheck as well as for clear security. But once you have both these approvals on your name, you basically have a third dedicated line at the airport security. This dedicated line is basically for people who have TSA PreCheck and clear security both, which in my experience so far is not many people. So advantage number one of combining clear security and TSA PreCheck is you are having another line which is even smaller than the TSA PreCheck only line or the clear security only line, and of course much smaller than the standard security line. Advantage number two is you basically get to combine both the benefits of TSA PreCheck as well as clear security. So you don't have to remove your jackets, your watches, your laptops from your bags, your shoes, as well as you don't even have to show your IDs to the security officer. You can just scan your fingers or you can just scan your eyes and you go through the entire security process very fast. I have been using TSA PreCheck and clear security for the last couple of years and it has been very convenient. Just think of it this way. By investing some of your money to pay the fees for TSA PreCheck and clear security statuses and putting in some effort for the enrollment and registration process, you can save so much time. And imagine going through this entire security process in a matter of few minutes and reaching your gate much before your flight takes off and much before your boarding process starts. And all this saved time you can basically use to either complete your work, to talk to your family or friends, or have a quick bite at the local restaurant at the airport, or even grab a quick cup of coffee before reaching your boarding gate. Especially these days when you have to go through these long lines at every stage of your airport experience, you should basically save some time at the security process. By saving some time at the security, you can basically use your saved time at these long lines which you can find even at the airport's coffee shops. And if you're someone who likes to reach the airport 2 hours before the flight takes off or 2 hours before the boarding process begins, then these two steps are even beneficial to you because you can clear your security lines much faster and go to your preferred lounge and chill over there. We spoke about the advantages of having TSA PreCheck and clear security, but what about the disadvantages? For example, the entire TSA PreCheck process takes a few months for the application to be reviewed and you being called for the interview and getting an interview date and so on. But once you get approved for TSA PreCheck, you are good for the next 5 years. Whereas for clear security, the clear disadvantage is the high fees. The high fees which you have to pay one time during the enrollment process and then pay that high fees again every year. Because unlike the TSA PreCheck process, the clear security process has to be renewed every year. In my next video, I will talk more about how to enroll and register for the TSA PreCheck and the CLEARME process and what are the ways in which you can actually save some money while doing that. So make sure to like this video if you feel this was helpful to you and also subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. Until then, stay healthy and travel safe.